Hey guys, Alex Buzzell here. I'm going to take you through 5 questions that you need to answer in order to be the most effective trainer that you can be. To me, the number one question that needs to be asked first is, like, what are you doing it for? So some people, they do it for a following, for likes, for video views, and in all realisticness, that's not anything that you're ultimately going to turn into a long-term career. So if you're looking for something to build into a career, the way I approached it was very simple. Why I wanted to do it is because I felt like I wanted to train the best players in the world and try to figure out their problems. And if I could help them get from point A to point B, that's something that drove me more than anything else. The second question I like to ask myself is, what is my advantage? So whether it's a new client or an existing client, that's the question that I always try to ask myself. Early on in my career in 2015, before I really had a chance to work anyone, Doug McDermott was the first player that gave me a chance, and my advantage in that scenario was not my client list. It wasn't my experience in the industry. It wasn't my expertise or the proven maybe numbers that I've helped guys produce. It was more along the fact that I just finished playing. I was relatable to them. I was used to that grind that players have to go through, so I could relate with them in that aspect as well. And more than anything else, I could give him time that probably most other trainers couldn't give him. So that was my advantage then, and obviously now it's a little bit different. I can rely on a client list. I can rely on, here's proof of I've worked with this player and we went from here to here, and they were able to make X amount more money because of that improvement. So what I would tell you is figure out what your advantage is. Everyone has an advantage, whether you work with 5 NBA players, 10 NBA players, or 0. Everyone has something that they can lean on that's different from their competition. The next question to ask yourself is, what is my price? And that is another thing that is constantly shifting. So again, back to 2015, before I had a client, my price was 0. The level of entry for me to train an NBA player was 0. So I was willing to sacrifice money up front to get myself in the door, to prove myself, prove my worth, prove my value, and then ultimately try to make money down the line. Obviously now it's a little bit different. It's just like anything else, it's supply and demand. So what is the demand? What can I charge? What does my time mean to me? And a lot of trainers go wrong because they never end up setting a price, right? You want to build a business, you want to build a career, but if you're never charging or you don't really have a way to scale it, it's not a career, it's a hobby. So we want to take that hobby and we actually want to turn it into something tangible that can make you a good living. Next question to ask yourself is, what value do you bring to that player? And this is ultimately the most important question that has to be answered. A lot of trainers go wrong because they present a problem, right? Everyone that you see, it's like, okay, there's a problem with this player, whether it's shooting, handling the ball under pressure, finishing, whatever it might be. You feel like there's a problem that needs to be addressed, but the solution is what is going to get that player to buy in. So, so many people can say, hey, here's the problem, but they don't actually show what the solution would be. It's not a, let's get in the gym and then I can prove it to you. No, I want to see exactly what you're thinking, what you're seeing, how you're going to fix it. And that way, to me, in the back of the player's mind, if you can present one problem and give them a solution, now they start thinking about, okay, what else can this person help me improve with? And that's what you're trying to build. You're trying to build that trust in immediately that says, I know what your problem is and I know how to fix it. The last question to ask yourself is, what are the expectations? And it can be something as easy as communicating with your client about, hey, here's my priority list of things that I have going on in my life, either personally or business-wise, laying out that foundation of, here's what matters to me most, here's where you fit within that picture, here's what I can do to help you. So again, there's a level of transparency and expectations both ways of, what are you trying to accomplish? How can I help you accomplish that? What are your goals? What can I do to help you reach those goals? So it's a mixture between expectations and communication, and I think without those two things, it's hard to get the best results out of whoever you're working for or working with. I hope you enjoyed the 5 questions to ask yourself to be the most effective trainer that you can be. In the comments below, let me know if there's any other topics you want me to hit on. Don't forget to subscribe and follow. We have much more coming soon.